District Attorney Natalie Payne is in isolation after testing positive for COVID-19. Payne says she does not have any symptoms. She said she only decided to get tested after learning she was possibly exposed in the courthouse. She is encouraging employees in her office and some other colleagues to get tested too. In the meantime, she says she will be working remotely.
To weather now, in between Doppler Max radar and our live cameras all over town, there is no doubt, Riley, we're in the middle of a stormy afternoon.
We are, Richard, and actually from that camera, we actually had an awesome rainbow you can see over downtown Augusta. And if you can get out, if the storm's already passed you, put your back to the sun, look towards the rain, you'll likely see a rainbow out there. This is a look at a very strong downpour over southern Richmond County. This actually could be producing up to 50-mile-an-hour gusts and definitely some very heavy rainfall. This one is actually near the airport as well, so they are reporting thunderstorm activity at Bush Field with some gusty winds out there. Here's a wide look at radar. You can see it's a couple different lines. This main line now moving through Barnwell, Bamberg, Allendale, and then this next line affecting the central CSRA. So that downpour we are looking at, you can see finally hit Hephzibah. I know people in Hephzibah yesterday were complaining they didn't get any rain, but you likely just got hit by that storm. Same thing in Gracewood, and then this line of storms through Gibson, Glasscock County, pretty strong. We'll have much more on this radar update in the rest of the week in just about 10 minutes.
We'll check in soon, Riley. Thank you. Summer, of course, just getting started, but local school districts are laying out their plans for the upcoming year. Just yesterday, South Carolina released its recommendations, and right now, the Columbia County School Board is announcing its plans to the school board. But as the COVID cases rise, could it mean more distance learning come this fall? Brady Travel breaks down what options schools in the area are considering.
School districts on both sides of the river are weighing big decisions on going back to school. And South Carolina just announced their 92 pages of recommendations yesterday, but they've left many with questions. It's lists and steps and measures, but the Palmetto State still leaves much up to school districts. Yet the journey back to school is clearer than it has been.
While I appreciate the recommendations, we definitely need some strong guidance on what we can and can't do moving forward.
Edgefield County School Superintendent Kevin O'Gorman says it's the difference between recommendations and guidelines. Take the school calendar, for example. Districts can choose a year-round calendar, an extended winter break, or scheduling by semester based on their needs. Each district needs its own reopening task force. But South Carolina's learning model is more specific. Low spread, traditional schooling with potentially staggered class dismissal, medium spread, hybrid learning, which could be alternate days, high spread, full distance learning. It's similar to what Georgia recommended several weeks ago, leaving a lot up to local officials. Yet Edgefield County says its biggest obstacle is internet access for distance learning.
We do not have fiber optic cable in the county. A lot of folks rely on satellite internet, which is not reliable.
In Aiken County, school officials are asking parents for their ideas. They're getting emailed surveys with questions like, do you have internet access? School officials say it's all in an effort to plan for different ways of learning to happen this fall. Parents still may have issues, but they are getting a say. South Carolina school districts have to announce their reopening plans at least 20 days ahead of the first day of school. On the Georgia side, Richmond County says they're waiting on parent survey data to make any decisions. Reporting on your side, I'm Brady Travel.
Thank you, Brady. Today, Augusta University officially announced its plans to reopen its campus this fall. The university is taking a gradual and phased-out approach. And as Kennedy Harris reports, they're also putting new measures in place to make sure that everyone can be safe.
They were forced to close the doors in late March, but many colleges are preparing to reopen in the fall. On June 3rd, Augusta University will welcome staff and students back to campus with restrictions, but some students are worried the plan doesn't go far enough.
I was a little disheartened because I thought maybe they would say things that were a lot more in-depth.
AU's reopening plan closely follows CDC and Department of Health guidelines. They encourage students to wear masks on campus. They are limiting the number of people allowed in classrooms, making hand sanitizer and other personal cleaning supplies more available, prohibiting on-campus events, and designing open-plan office spaces for staff.
It's kind of hard at a university to not have everyone so close together.
Campus will definitely look different in the fall.
I think everything is just going to be a trial and error process, so everyone gets a feel for this new normal that everyone keeps talking about.
Students are asking AU for more specific information about dining areas and move-in protocol. But for now,
I can only hope that it will go smoothly.
and only time will tell. Kennedy Harris, on your side.
AU also says they will invest in more face coverings, gloves, rapid screening devices, sanitizing wipes, hand sanitizer, and tissues. It is a sign of the times for sure. We ask our other local colleges and universities what they plan to do this fall. USC Aiken plans to start face-to-face classes again August 20th. They'll do an accelerated semester, meaning there is no fall break. After Thanksgiving break, students will finish the semester online. Students will have to wear face masks during class and whenever social distancing is just not possible. Aiken Tech will start classes August 17th, but officials say most of the classes will be online only or in somewhat of a hybrid format. On-campus services like the library and Student Success Center just opened this week. Everyone is required to wear a mask. Meanwhile, face-to-face classes at Augusta Tech, they started again May 11th.
Georgia is now just a signature away from having a
Bulbs and save on Duracell Ultra boat, RV, and lawn and garden batteries. Or visit batteriesplus.com.
Hundreds of dead fish have been showing up in the Savannah River. Officials say they've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, our Celeste Springer joined the riverkeeper out on the water today to find out why this is happening.
It's pretty quiet right now out here on the Savannah River, but that does not mean it was business as usual for the Savannah River Keeper. All day long today, I was out with them collecting water samples and collecting bodies of dead fish that are popping up all along the river. They're trying to get to the bottom of that right now by sending in these samples. And while we were out today, we found something that she said was very alarming.
Tanya Bonnet-Tebus is taking on a new role. From riverkeeper to investigator, she's trying to get to the root of this. Dozens of dead fish popping up in our waters.
We received a citizen report last Thursday, which was the first time that we were aware of fish dying on the river. Since then, we've done a decent amount of investigation ourselves.
In the short time we've been out today, the dead fish just kept coming, again and again.
We continue to find a wide variety of fish. So today was the first time that we found an eel and we found a gar. So now we have all the species of bass that are found in the river that we've found dead.
She thinks the fish are dying from a bacterial infection. What's causing the infections, though, is unknown.
But the problem is that bacteria is normal in the river. What's happening is some kind of primary stressor on the water. We're not sure what that is.
One of her worries is that the turtles who munch on the dead fish could get sick too.
So number one, anytime your fish start dying in your river, you should care.
She says all of these people you see here are why getting to the bottom of this is so important. Celeste Springer, on your side.
So if you're out and about on the water, they're asking for your help. If you find any dead fish, they want you to take a picture, jot down the time and the location.
Yeah, and just send that information over to the Savannah River Keepers. You'll be able to find the number on our website. And Riley, this is something that you've seen. You were mentioning that you saw a fish or one that you caught had a sore on it.
Unfortunately, it's not necessarily unusual to see sores on fish, especially this time of year. It's just after the spawn, and a lot of times with bass, they spawn and it kind of tears up their body and messes up their fins and stuff. But these type of sores that we're seeing are different from the usual garden variety sores we see. So hopefully, I know Tanya's out there working hard with Savannah Riverkeeper, Veterans for Clean Water. Thankful for them to check this out. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious and we can figure it out here shortly. Looking at Wheeler Road, it's been a very stormy day for us. We've had...
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
It's just about every athlete's dream to play their respective sport for as long as possible. For soccer to get to the next level, you have to play at the club level. So it was a relief for everyone involved to get tryouts up and running once again.
I want to continue playing soccer in my life. My dream is to play soccer.
Both the Augusta Arsenal and Bulls Soccer held tryouts over the last week to get their teams together for their upcoming season. But it's much more than just a team for the players.
Club soccer is, it's helped me through a lot. It's honestly like a therapist for me. We travel. I've made lifelong friends here, and club soccer is something I definitely recommend for anyone.
There's also much more to it than just friendships and good memories on the pitch. Playing club soccer gives the young athletes a better chance of getting noticed than just playing at the high school level does.
For soccer, we get recruited through our club, not through high school. So playing club soccer is very important. With the Bulls specifically, I've been to a lot of showcases, and they've gotten me out there, and I've gotten my name out there.
Bully's got one more season to try and get an offer. For a rising sophomore like Oscar, he's dreaming big.
I really want to play in like a D1 school like South Carolina, UNC, or Wake Forest. So it's a big dream of mine to play for one of those three.
Some big news coming from the Associated Press. The Augusta Green Jackets are one of 15 teams suing their